Howdy. Continuing the Prime reviews, we have Soundwave. I think it's fitting that I'm reviewing him and Wheeljack back to back, given their recent encounter in Triage. In the War for Cybertron game, Soundwave turns into a Cybertronian SUV, as does his Generations toy. In the Prime saga, he takes to the skies in the form of a Predator drone. Not a commonly used alt mode, but for Soundwave it makes sense given he's a scout and these were initially used for reconnaissance. This appears to be based off the MQ-9 Reaper. I say that because the tail fins are positioned on top, as opposed to the MQ-1 where they're on the bottom. Since Predator drones are unmanned, there are no cockpit windows at all. And just given its general shape, you'd think it'd be next to impossible to get a transforming robot out of this at all. But they clearly succeeded. Though not without sacrifices, of course. You have the inevitable robot junk on the undercarriage. Also, those who have seen pictures of Predator drones will know this isn't the proper landing gear. But, again, kind of unavoidable. The hole on top allows you to plug in his one and only accessory, Laserbeak, which I'll talk about later. But as far as I know, it's the only accessory that'll fit in there. It's not a MechTech style port for other Prime weapons, in other words. In the Pride range, the Deluxes are known as revealers because the head is revealed as part of an automorph. With Wheeljack, the head raises when you push a panel into his chest, and here, you pull this piece all the way down, and the head flips out on a spring. Sometimes the gimmick doesn't always work as the spikes tend to catch inside the cavity at times. But it doesn't ruin the toy. Unlike a certain overpacked figure in his wave. The transformation is quite simple overall, though the Predator drone doesn't allow for much complexity. But that's okay, because the results are very impressive. Here we have a robot that is both show accurate and is just a cool design to begin with. We've gone from being merely slim to skinny and creepy. He doesn't come with any weapons like guns or swords, but with forearms this thin, he would cut you like a knife. Between that and his blank faceplate, he is not someone you'd want to encounter. Ever. The articulation is arguably the figure's weakest point, and even then, that only applies to the lower body, especially since the knees are already bent to create the chicken walker legs he has. The waist and every joint in the upper body has decent to great posability. Soundwave's main feature is a throwback to his G1 counterpart. Laserbeak unpegs from his chest, like so. And when you reattach it, the wings tuck in and everything. It's really clever because it blends in so well. Laserbeak really is a part of Soundwave in this case. Laserbeak itself is a cool little accessory, though it reminds me more of G1 Ratbat with the shape of its wings. Heck, up until Triage, it isn't even named. And the ports that peg Soundwave's forearms underneath the wings allow you to perch Laserbeak on his wrists. All in all, Soundwave is a neat figure, though he isn't quite as good as Wheeljack in my opinion. That said, you have to give the designers an A for effort, given the alt mode choice. Since this figure is short-packed, and I mean short-packed, the minute you spot one left on the shelf, get it. My next review will be on what may be a one-off purchase for me. Until then, wait for it, till all are one.